2017, there were an estimated 187 opioid overdose deaths in Toronto. That's more than double the fatalities from the same period in 2016. This crisis has prompted Toronto Public Health to launch an online survey and 2 community dialogue sessions to hear from the residents about Canada's current approach to drugs. Join us now, Dr. Eileen Davila, Toronto's Medical Officer of Health. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. And you guys are doing these public consultations. Explain a little more about that, please.
So, as you've mentioned, there is an opioid poisoning emergency that's actually happening in our city right now. And despite great efforts by many, the fact is that there are too many in our city who are dying from taking drugs that are contaminated with fentanyl and with other toxic substances. And one of the challenges in this issue is that, in fact, our current approach to drug use criminalizes those who use drugs, and as a result, pushes people into unsafe drug use and practices and actually stops them from seeking help or treatment. So what we're trying to do is change the conversation, change it from one where we focus on criminalizing people who use drugs to instead focusing on optimizing people's health. And that's the reason for the consultations, so we can actually have that conversation as a city.
Okay, and a lot of people are talking about also with, the legalization of pot coming through. How is that going to hamper anything that you guys are trying to do going forward?
Well, I don't know that it's going to hamper anything, and I think at the end of the day, the impact of legalization of cannabis will be in the pudding. The proof will be in the pudding, as it always is. And we're talking about human behavior, very complex, difficult to predict. So I know better than to go down that road. But what I can tell you is that when you look across internationally, when you look at major authorities like the Global Commission on Drug Policy, which is made up of major leaders, scientific leaders, technical leaders, business leaders, policy and political leaders, they're looking to Canada as a model for actually a different approach to drugs, and are really quite hopeful that we'll be able to demonstrate, as has been shown in other places, that a different approach to drugs can actually work.
Well, that's it, and you are asking for the public's help as well. So thank you so much for being here. And if anyone wants to attend the public consultation session, it's running from 6 to 9 p.m. at Metro Hall in room 308 on the 3rd floor. Thanks again.
Thank you.